Hello everyone, my name is Alex. I'm the Marine and Coastal Engagement Officer for Essex Wildlife Trust, and today we are at Walton on the Naze with a very special guest. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name's Dan. I'm a wildlife cameraman, but I have a background in sharks, and so coming to Walton is always exciting because you have a chance of finding prehistoric shark teeth, and I'm hoping we can find some.
Me too. It's not the nicest of days today, but because there's been a good amount of rain and wind here lately, that actually means that erosion on the cliffs behind us has been pretty good. So there's a half decent chance we might find a few things. So come with us and see what we can find.
You're looking for teeth. How's the best way to identify a tooth from just a piece of rock?
Well, firstly, I'd say the best tip is patience. You can't expect just to go, oh, a shark's teeth. Although you may
have you done
really
that?
Like you said, yeah. So I'd say quite often, obviously this is quite sandy here, but where rocks or stones collect in a quite a condensed area, that shows it's all kind of been collected all together. So that's quite a good spot to find. Obviously a shark's tooth is quite pointy, doesn't look quite like a stone. They've got the same colours, as you know, but kind of distinguishing features, something long and thick and pointy. They might be a little bit eroded or a bit worn over time because obviously they're many years old. Be patient, go through, and hopefully you might get lucky. Quite nice. I think they're beadlet anemones.
What is it about these cliffs in Walton that makes it such a good place to find shark teeth? What is it about this that makes it special?
Well, as you can see, looking at the cliffs themselves, you can see there's such a different array of materials and colours in them. So down at the bottom here, you can see all this kind of clay material. This is London clay.
Right.
So that's about 50 million years old, and that's part of kind of what used to be the wider Thames estuary. So really old. And then above that, it kind of goes up through time. So you got the kind of like the red crag area, which is kind of more of when it was more like subtropical.
So we're looking back through time.
Yeah, looking back through time. You can see
cliff
quite clearly the layers. So you've got the clay, the red crag, and then going up to the top, much more recent. And that's why you can find such amazing fossils like the shark's teeth are found today, and other fossils through like the Ice Age. It's such an interesting place to visit and to learn about.
So we're seeing bits of rocks actually falling while we're talking. So this is moving quite quickly then.
It is, it's quite a high rate of erosion here because you've got the tide here, and also from storms and erosion. It erodes at a pretty high rate, which means that you have to be very wary of like coastal defences and obviously encroaching onto people's areas. But also that does mean that quite regularly you find stuff washed up or coming down from the cliffs like the shark.
Is it almost after every high tide there's a new layer that's uncovered and new chances
a really high tide, or maybe like a big storm, not maybe the smaller ones not so much, but the bigger ones, and then you'll find people like us today trying to find, like doing fossil hunting. There's one.
Alex has found another one.
That's number 3 so far. It looks a little bit different to the other ones. Quite small, and you can't really tell the difference with the coloration. It's all kind of. I thought it was a stone at first, but no, nice little shark's tooth. Not that exciting.
That makes the scores 3-1 now to Alex.
Do you know what shark that is?
Looks like the same. I mean that looks very similar to our modern day sand tiger sharks, ragged-tooth sharks. Very thin and very pointy at the end.
It's quite big.
It's probably from the same sort of genus. Yeah, quite good condition, that one. So, considering you said some of these rocks are millions of years old, what do you imagine the next few million years might look like along this coastline?
Well, it's a bit tricky to say, obviously, because we don't know, but considering how important this is as a site, I think it's one of the UK's top geological sites, which is pretty amazing that it's locally here in Essex. But that also means that it is protected. It's a special scientific interest, so it is protected. But obviously, this is a site where you get lots and lots of people visiting, which means there are quite a lot of pressures on it. So we need to be really careful about what is here, and obviously it's quite an uncertain future at the moment with climate change, what we're doing, all of our pressures. So it's really important, I think, that we conserve what we've got, because we've got an amazing coastline here in Essex, all these incredible scenes and geology and species that we've got. So protecting those, and hopefully through some of the work we're doing with the Essex Wildlife Trust, we might be able to give it a good secure future. And there's a bit of a landslide going on at the same time as well.
Literally as the land crumbles behind us. I mean, is that what are the main threats to this coastline in particular that you're seeing through the work that you're doing?
I say there's quite a lot of recreational pressures. It's also we've got lots of people. We want people to be outside and enjoying our coast, but also you've got to be very careful and aware that we've got very sensitive habitats and species here. So being careful of what you're doing. So whether it's out walking with your dog, if you're making sure that you're staying away from habitats or species that you know maybe are a little bit more sensitive, are really important. For example, along this site and further along, one of our projects with Essex Wildlife Trust is called the Share Our Shores project. And we have lots of beach nesting birds, actually not many anymore. Things like golden plovers or oyster catchers and terns, which historically they would have been very prevalent along here. They nest on beaches, which you wouldn't really expect from a bird. But because of pressures, there aren't many of them left anymore. So what we're trying to do is try to provide them with the habitat to let people know that they're there, engagement, things like that, to hopefully keep them going. So things like that. Yeah.
And what's the way that you would encourage, especially with a site like this, what's the best way to come and enjoy the coastline? Come and rummage around for some shark teeth?
Rummage around for shark teeth is a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you want people to be out and enjoying the coast and our nature in general, because it's a really special area of the world, I think, here. I've grown up along here, so have you. And yeah, I've got really kind of soft spot for it, but yeah, you need to protect it. You want people to be out, but also be respectful. Learn about the species and the habitats we've got here. You can learn a lot through our Essex Wildlife Trust website and social media. There's lots of facts, lots of projects that we're doing. But yeah, be respectful, spread the love for it, and yeah, live sustainably as well.
Should we see if we can find some more teeth?
Let's do it. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Naze Nature Discovery Centre. We have had a great morning of finding shark's teeth down at the beach. Dan, have you found anything?
I found one, which is from a sand shark. I'm quite happy with that one because it's in quite good condition and it's also quite long. I actually have some fresh sand tiger shark teeth, which I found while filming and diving, and they are really, really similar in shape to this, so they are part of the same sort of family. What about you? What did you find?
So I've also got the same type of species. I've got a few more than you. I've got 5 here, which is I'm really pleased with, but they're a lot smaller than yours.
What I do love though is that although they're from the same species, you can find so many different shapes and sizes even from the same shark. And I think largely that's because often what would happen with this species is this would be the front tooth, which is the tooth that's clamping down on the fish, and then these would be teeth that are further back inside the mouth, because that's what we see with modern day sand tiger sharks.
Yes.
So that's why you have different shapes of teeth from the same species.
It's really cool to think as well, even though these are about, 50 million years
55
old?
55 million, yeah.
55, which is pretty amazing. And even throughout all that incredible amount of time, you've still got species around nowadays, which are, which are still around. Which
comparable.
Is pretty crazy. So we're really pleased with our findings here today. However, you can find something even better here at the Naze sometimes. So if you look kind of behind us, got a depiction of what you can find. So these are our ones here, the sand shark, but also you might notice this really big chunky one, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard of a megalodon before, and that is a megalodon tooth.
Have you ever found one?
I've never found one.
Not yet?
No, not yet. I will. It's my life ambition. But you do find them here. There's usually 1 or 2 found every year, and we've got one in the display board. So if you want to come over to the Naze and come to the centre, go down to the beach, do some shark's teeth finding, you might be able to spot one as well, which would be pretty amazing.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's a lovely centre to be in as well. Got a lovely display here, got teas and coffees and drinks. So really nice place to come and visit our lovely coast. For now, I think that's us done for the day, but hopefully see you here at another time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah.